let's end 2016 with a banger of a clip. NBA trade predictions slash trade rumors slash wish list slash couple of names that you're going to see circulating the NBA trade deadline when it comes around the corner in 2017. Andre Snellings joining me as my co-host for all of the clips today. It's wonderful seeing you. I can't wait for 2017 to come around the corner. My favorite meme that I've seen this past week was in the history books, they're going to skip 2016. And what's going to happen is they're going to say, we're going to move from 2015 to 2017. And students going to ask, what about 2016? We don't talk about 2016.
Right. We all just agree that never happened.
We just move forward. And again, as I was doing this, by the way, a major rest in peace. I'm not sure if you've heard this news. Carrie Fisher passed away today. Carrie Fisher has nothing to do with basketball, but she was a legend in her right, a tremendous writer, which a lot of people didn't know, and she saved the fucking galaxy.
I've been trying to sneak that into every clip so far.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking Princess Leia died.
Yeah,
and
man.
See, and you're too young. You are too young to realize how world-changing it was when she wore a metal bikini and sat next to Jabba the Hutt. By the time you saw that, there was a such thing as internet porn. But in the 80s, that didn't exist. So that scene in a Star Wars movie for adolescents in the 80s and early 90s was oh my God, that's the greatest thing I've ever seen. She went from, I don't even know if she's that cute, to she's so hot. So
seriously,
yeah, rest in peace, Carrie Fisher.
Seriously, she was subtly so hot. It's so true, man. And, she saved the galaxy. She was important. I love Star Wars. I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. I tell that to everybody when I'm on the show. And, when I think I did I slipped in 16 references to The Force Awakens when it came out. And 2 weeks leading up to it, I was slipping in every reference possible. And Rogue One was great. And none of that has to necessarily do with Carrie Fisher. But once again, 2016 was a year full of deaths to celebrities that were gut-wrenching. But Carrie Fisher was one. She was beloved by all, and she'll live on forever as Princess Leia and as a writer and as just a generally good person. But on to trade predictions. Princess Leia is not getting traded, unfortunately. So I have a couple of screenshots of rumors from hoopsrumors.com. I like Hoops Rumors. I think it's at least legitimate enough of a site that it gives you some inklings towards it. They're not very clickbaity, opposed to realamericantraderumors.org. where you can find any player you want. And what does drive me nuts is that if you type in any player and put trade rumors, there's a couple of websites that are in existence, like usworldandtradereports.com or something, that it will pop up in the SEO, and it will say Porzingis to the Kings. You're like, oh, come on, man. No, Porzingis is staying. Not allowed to. He's not allowed. He's under house arrest. He ain't going anywhere. He's under Madison Square Garden arrest. But
the unicorn.
But he is a unicorn. So here's a couple of them. For one, Greg Monroe is very much on the trade block, I believe, and I think they're trying to find a team that he can fit. That was the least of today. Another interesting one is John Wall, but it's more to do with the collective bargaining agreement. As you can see in the headline, the Southeast notes from Ellington, Reddick, and Wall, and at the bottom they kind of talked about how with the new CBA. It will impact how John Wall can make some more money, probably deservingly so. John Wall deserves to be paid a little bit more as it is, but when his contract comes up, he'll get paid a whole ton. And then Nerlens Noel is another name that you're going to definitely see moving around, as David Aldridge kind of talked about on TNT, that they're trying to figure it out. They're trying to figure out what to do with Nerlens Noel. Obviously, that three big man system isn't working. I want to add DeMarcus Cousins to the list. I want to tell the world that I have no official source, but Rudy Gay has been traded to the 76ers. It will happen at the end of January. Mark my words. So much so that there was a tweet yesterday that said Rudy Gay will try to play against the hashtag Sixers. Why else would he try to play if he wasn't trying out?
You said that with too straight of a face. And there are people right now.
I know.
Oh my God, he's been traded. No, I saw it. Really, So.
And here's what will happen: they'll put a tweet out there, Rudy Gay trade, and then a month later, when it happens, because just like on this one, I'm stealing. Somebody said Drew Holiday's inevitable max contract.
Mm-hmm.
It's inevitable. Come on, they need their Chris Middleton, and for some reason, Rudy Gay is the answer. I guess. But Andre, off to the fun stuff. Greg Monroe, do you see a fit for him? DeMarcus Cousins, is this the year it happens? John Wall, a lot of names, and I'm probably missing a ton of people, but who's on your radar for trades coming around the corner?
Yeah, for me, when I look at trades, and at least at this stage of the game, there's going the player route. There's the, okay, well, you look at Milwaukee, and Monroe has never fit there, and he's a talented guy, talented big man. They want to trade him. So there's going that route. And then there's also going the team route, where it's like, when you look at the 76ers, they have to trade one of those big men. Like, I don't see any way that they don't, you know. And the same way with the Celtics. They've been trying for a big trade for the last 2 years. And so any trade rumors, if I'm thinking about them, are going to involve teams like that. So as far as the 76ers bigs, I'm not sure Noel's the one heading out of town.
Interesting. Jahlil Okafor is what you're thinking?
That's what I'm thinking, because their franchise is Embiid.
The process.
And the process. And the process has already, I think it's interesting that in the middle of a controversy, the process, one of his first public statements is about how Nerlens Noel is his best, friend on the team, and how well he thinks they play together. Like, to me, that's telling. And then another thing that's telling is when you're trying to trade somebody, you play them, especially if you're a bad team. You make sure that they get minutes because you're showcasing them.
That's a good point.
Noel has been chained to the bench. It's been Okafor that's been getting the minutes. So I kind of feel like, and just in the value point of view, a big man whose only skill set is post scoring isn't as valuable today as it was, years ago. And that's what Okafor is. And if Embiid is going to be your scorer in the middle, why would you need a redundant big man scorer? So to me, I think Okafor is the one.
Why not trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo, and then you have 4 guys who are above 6'11" on the floor at the same time?
Yeah, of course, or that,
It's so here's another.
Wait a minute, before you go on,
of
I
course.
have a question for you.
Yeah.
You're Philadelphia. Would you trade Ben straight up for Giannis?
You dropped out right. You said, here's what I got. Would you trade for Giannis?
Okay.
So what do you say? Was it Ben Simmons was the question, or no?
Yes, that was the question. I don't know if you can hear me clearly now. But
I would without even, if I'm Philadelphia, I would without a doubt. Here's why I say that. When it comes to any prospect, although Ben Simmons seems like his passing and rebounding isn't going anywhere, you don't gain court vision. You're born with court vision. You can get better at it, but some are just more blessed with being able to see plays develop than others. Ben Simmons has that, and his rebounding is tremendous. Giannis, on the other hand, has proven year after year to improve and is adding so much of an arsenal of scoring weapons, defensive length, passing ability. The only thing he doesn't have right at the moment is like a long-range shot, to which he said he's going to work with Dirk Nowitzki's trainer, the guy in Germany. What is Giannis is going to be like one of the most complete players in the league in 2 years? At least it seems like it. So I actually would without a question. And I think Giannis and Joel Embiid, that would be fun. I mean, Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, I got to take that back. Anybody and Joel Embiid is going to be fun.
I agree with that. So, what if they sweetened it? What if they said we'll give you Simmons, one of our bigs, and maybe even kick in a first rounder for Giannis and Monroe, who you want to move anyway? One of our bigs who's not Embiid.
I would try to counter to find a way to get Chris Middleton and Giannis together, because they need that score. And I know Middleton just had the injury for the season. It's interesting. Simmons for Giannis straight up would just break the internet, though.
Yes, it would.
It would. 2017 will come around, and the internet's going to get broken 14 times before we even hit the trade rumors, the trade deadline, and that's going to actually send it into complete despair. I would trade Simmons, though, for someone like Giannis. I think it might be a good deal for both teams. Might be a little bit of a loss for the Bucks, though, because Giannis is your stock. He's your future. He is your whole team. Not your whole team, but he is like, you're not going to go back. He's your stock. Put it in him. He's your game-changing player. I'm not sure if you saw, I did a conversation not too long ago saying, and it's a bold statement, but in 3 years, Giannis Antetokounmpo very well could be one of the 5 best players in the NBA, if not higher.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, an argument could be made that he has played like one of the 5 best players in the NBA this year.
You see the numbers he's dropping? Come on.
And when you think about, he just turned 22.
That's the scariest.
His first year playing this position full time, And oh, by the way, he just started playing basketball a handful of years ago. So
I know, he's a Hakeem Olajuwon. He played
exactly.
He grew up with the soccer, and that, by the way, footwork. That's always been one of those things that Hakeem had gifted to him, was playing a different sport. Taught him a lot about footwork, and it helped him down the road. And Hakeem turned out all right.
He was okay.
He turned out okay. All right, so do you think John Wall gets moved? Do you think that would happen? Because if I'm John Wall and I'm DeMarcus Cousins, I want to leave both my teams and just go somewhere else. But that's just my perspective. They might love Washington and Sacramento.
Yeah, I could see Wall moving because I don't see what necessarily holds him there, either from his point of view or the team's point of view. You know, he doesn't have a long history of success with one franchise, so therefore he doesn't want to leave. He doesn't have that. And the Wizards don't have the degree of success with him to be like, no, we can't trade this guy. So once you throw in the possible CBA factors, I could see him as someone that could move.
Yeah, that would be a very interesting move. By the way, the Knicks will take all these players. Take them all for Derrick Rose. So we do have to wrap up because we have a couple more clips to get to, but this one's also for the comment section. Your trade predictions, your wish list. You guys, when we talk about trade predictions and trade rumors, you actually fill the comment section to like max capacity, and I love seeing that. So in the comment section below, debate these names and throw out some other. Rudy Gay, John Wall, Nerlens Noel, Jahlil Okafor, Giannis, Greg Monroe, DeMarcus Cousins. There's a bunch to go at it. 2 years ago, we had a remarkably wild trade deadline, and this year we'll figure something fun out to do. Like right after the trade deadline ends, we'll find a way to get Andre on to do like a wrap-up clip because it could be chaos or it could be boring. Who knows? We'll find out though. Comment below. We'll see you next time.